Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Hey guys, the Penguins won the Stanley Cup.
Hey.
This is me.
Jared's just glad.
This is how I sound when I'm excited about sports.
I'm just really glad this shit is over.
I'm happy.
I'm very happy. This is.
I love
I'm
hockey.
happy about
And
it.
also,
I'm
this
happy
is
I'm at
7
home.
years to the exact date that we won our last Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So that's a cool.
I would say that God, because he's so concerned about everything that we do individually, he orchestrated this and he determined that they deserve
Sarcasm. Sarcasm.
this. This was his way of saying, Pittsburgh,
For all of you
you're
that
done good.
for all of you that wore your jerseys and were really like yelling the loudest, this is for you.
You
Yeah.
did this actually, and it was because you guys didn't shave your beards.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was because,
And because that
you
God listened.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
He
and it's
gave you what
because
you want.
you didn't take a shit during the second period like you did, the last time when they
You wore
lost.
the same underwear.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Always
because of
underwear.
you.
Yeah.
The same mismatched socks.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm
So
happy.
maybe we should.
I'm happy too.
I'm happy.
What we should take away from this is that, like, in order to, whenever you have like other things you're concerned about, like people who are sick or what, like situations where you think people might be in danger, or
Oh,
like,
no, he doesn't care about that.
you should. I mean, I'm saying if we made some jerseys or something for like cancer or for
Yeah. Oh, you know what we should think about? Little pink rubber bands that go around our wrist. That will
Dude,
cure
that's
cancer.
a really
You'll
good
make
idea.
so much money.
Yeah.
I know we can make a ton. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. We could cure everybody with those.
I have no
Yes,
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that totally work.
Cancer? What the hell is that?
Yeah, right?
So I think that's a pretty good.
Don't worry, Becky. There's a cure in sight. As soon as I get these pink rubber bands out.
Jared,
Yes!
Jared, you said like I don't know, like a minute ago. You're like, I'm glad I'm home. Like me too, because
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the city
Oh
right
man,
now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do not.
And I
Me
really
neither.
hope the store doesn't burn down.
I really hope you have insurance. We can
I
take a
do.
vacation.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck.
a lot of insurance.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Those
tonight.
horse cops
Oh
are
yeah,
out there
the
a
cops.
loss, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Nasty bastard.
I was down there when the Steelers won the Super Bowl, and it was
Oh, yeah.
a fucking nightmare.
I was working down there.
Really?
I was bartending.
Dude, it was crazy.
The worst thing.
The
in
streets
the world.
were just like
You
people
couldn't-
were just walking down Carson Street.
Yeah.
and it was like I felt like it was like Batman, The Dark Knight Returns. Like the cops were riding on horses above like massive crowds.
Yeah, yeah.
Like directing people.
Yeah. Or No Man's Land.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to count how many burnt couches are on the south side tomorrow.
Oh man. Yeah. So I think that's a pretty good intro.
Yeah.
Let's hear the theme music.
Grownup, human, comic, people! Grownup, human, comic, people!
All right, we're back.
Chickadee
Here we
check in.
Welcome back
Oh
to
wait,
the
no, the introduction.
Yeah,
intros.
man.
First of all,
Calm
like
yourself.
welcome back to both Dans for being back
Yeah,
here.
cheers.
We got a cheers first.
Yes.
J-Man, look at you.
I went and got one. Like I doubled back to get glass.
Check out the bottle. That's fine.
Everybody's here.
So yeah, we got everybody back.
Gang's
now.
all here.
Good.
Oh,
Drink
that's good
out of
stuff.
you have to take a drink. You can't just cheers people, not drink.
true,
God
yes.
damn it.
Becky, thank you for that lovely.
Oh,
lovely
the
bourbon.
Jeffersons.
Oh, the
It's
Jeffersons.
good.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Good.
that nice.
It's really
It's
nice.
good bourbon.
Wait,
Yeah.
here, you should have the rest of it.
Yeah.
There's only a
Tiny little bit left.
sniff left.
Well, I saved
Wow.
it for Dan. Do you want it?
No, I had
Oh,
a
word, I
double
always
shot.
do like a tiny-
I had a
here.
double shot's worth.
Somebody
so-
drink it. Jesus
I'll
Christ.
drink it.
fucking drink it.
That's a shit
God
to Greg.
damn it.
He's drinking out of the bottle now.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Greg. Is.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
we are
We are grown-up
Grown-up
human
human
comic,
comic
people.
people.
And let's go to my left. Tell us who you are.
Hello, I'm Dan.
I'm Becky.
Sure.
Greg.
I'm Daniel, not the other Dan. Fuck you, fix that SoundCloud.
It shall be fixed.
And I'm Jared, and this, once again, is Grown Up Human Comic People. Welcome to the show. This is episode 18?
Yes.
Yeah?
I don't know.
It is.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
No,
let me
I'm
write, let me
on.
write that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Episode
Vicky
18,
knows.
We are brought to you by
brought to you by,
Southside Comics,
yep,
1819 East Carson Street.
go on down and get yourself some comics.
Yep.
Yeah, you hang out, talk to people like us. We're all real nice down there.
right across from Burger King. But if you grab some of them onion rings, don't go over to the bookstore and start fingering books.
No,
You
no,
just wash
wash
your
them
hands
hands.
before you do that. There's a bathroom right in the store.
Dan's got a bathroom. He's got good toilet paper, and he's got that good absorbent paper towels too. Them, dry your hands.
He
off.
don't got that garbage toilet paper that some people
Oh
get.
Don't
my
be
God,
mucking up
buddy.
my
There we go. There we
That
go.
one ply.
You buy Scott tissue because
Who the hell buys Scott tissue anyway?
Scott tissue, son
Scott-
of a bitch. It gets cleaner. It don't cause no dingleberries.
Nope.
here we
Nope. Nope. Absolutely not.
Yeah, but due to peer pressure, I succumbed because a lady friend said I have to use this more than yins do.
Right.
And I
Because
said,
it's-
okay, that's
what
a
you
fair
were-
statement, and I'm gonna get that soft stuff.
Because what yins were buying was garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't garbage.
No,
bud.
no, it's
I don't.
total
If I
garbage.
had to wipe my dingus every time I took a whiz, I might use the soft stuff. But
In all seriousness, has anybody had to wipe with Scott tissue?
Oh, I've only used Scott Ridges.
I don't
But
know.
not
what-
plain
it's-
Scott.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
If
But
it's,
regular
if it's,
Scott's pretty
it feels
shitty.
like I'm in a like a rest stop.
I was gonna say I've used a couple of
Sandpaper,
restrooms.
one ply.
Sandpaper, yeah,
One
it's
ply.
very, yeah, it's one ply.
oh, but it's strong.
No, it's not.
It is
It's
strong.
One, you gotta, you
Maybe
gotta
you're
use,
using the one with the ridges.
It's only strong because you use like 8 pieces, 8 sheets every time.
So
Right,
you're
Yeah, if you use good toilet paper, use 2 sheets.
No.
2 sheets. Every
if
wipe
it's
is 2
too soft,
sheets.
it crumbles off. You get
it
fucking
does not.
dingleberries.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
No.
it's disgusting.
You get cottonelle, you use 2 sheets, you fold it over once, you can wipe 2-3 times with that.
Whoa.
For 2 sheets.
Yeah, I'm
some
not buying what you're
dexterity.
selling,
an
bud.
endorsement.
I'm just saying.
Holy
I'm
shit!
strong.
I'm just saying now I have
damn.
really nice soft toilet paper in my bathroom, but it's only because I bought it when there was a lady who was using the bathroom all the time. Now that I'm back to not having a lady using the shitter all the time.
Now the rest of us
I-
gotta suffer.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I have about 8 more rolls of that left. As soon as
See-
those are gone, boom, back to Scott tissue.
Well, what you could do is hang on to that for the next time a lady's over, because you don't want to be out of it when you have a surprise visitor.
Oh, you need
Oh,
yeah, you
right.
need
Oh,
to,
I
like,
can do the
reserve
old
Scott now.
switcheroo. The
Yeah.
old 1-2 switcheroo.
You need a
Like,
reserve roll.
Yeah,
So when
least.
ladies like me are over, I can just go there.
I've seen you in ladies' clothes. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I do. A lot of people take shits at my house.
Yeah, I poop a lot at your house.
A lot of people take shits
Yeah,
at
I
my
come to
house.
your
I don't
house.
know what it is. I don't shit at other people's houses nearly as much as people shit at my house.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
We're gonna have a
it.
great
Yeah.
subtitle for this episode.
So, brought to
I
you
would
by Southside's Comics and Cottonelle. And,
Angel Soft.
Not Scott
Anything
tissue.
but
Not
Scotch.
Scott tissue.
I got
never be
Charmin
Scott.
in these bathrooms
Yeah,
here.
I like
Everybody's
Charmin's
welcome.
good.
cha cha cha.
Yep. So, let me, I'm gonna plug. We actually 3 of us just came from Radical Trivia over at the Oaks Theater.
Yeah, go team. What was our team?
Somebody's whip.
Jack's girlfriend.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
You
no,
weren't Grownup, you made
Zach's
comics?
whip.
Zach's.
Zach's
Zach's whipped.
Zach's
yeah.
whip.
Yeah, and he
Holy
actually
shit! Did I
listens
fuck
to this.
that up?
Zach's go. No,
Wow.
no. Like your head was in the right space.
Wow.
Your head was in the right space, but it was like what you were thinking was Zach's whipped by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
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 Well, he
apparently.
wasn't there, so that's why they named the team.
Right, and
Because he's whipped and he didn't come.
well, he apparently he told the team like why he wasn't there, which is because he was picking his girlfriend up from the airport or something, and she said, "Why would you tell them that? Because now they're gonna dig into you
Yep.
at trivia and now on the podcast." So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Way to go, Zach.
Now,
Job
now
there,
on
man.
broadcast.
She could have just called an Uber.
Smack.
No,
Yeah.
let's
Cut the cord, Zach.
let's push it even further. His girlfriend of like a week or two.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know.
what?
I'm not here to speculate.
Oh shit!
That's what we heard.
Yeah, that's what
Oh my God. Zach, get your shit together, man. I'm telling you, you set a precedent now for that kind of shit. There's gonna be either she's gonna stop respecting you, or there's
He's
gonna
right.
be an
That's-
expectation.
That's real shit.
After
He's
we-
right.
that's-
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you're fucking missing out on Radical Trivia on Sunday night. You're not watching the Pens game. You're not doing things that like are something else that you might be passionate about.
Well, he's
You might
definitely
be
passionate
listening
about the
to our
sports thing.
podcast on the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he better. At least he fucking redeem himself. I'm telling you, Zach, get it together now, buddy. Swing down to 1819 Carson Street. Dan will be there. We'll swing by. We'll do a. I don't know. We'll talk to you, friend. Gotta get that head on straight.
Also, we
Also-
came in 4th place.
Yep.
Which is
Out of-
almost placing
out of 4.
out of 4. Yeah. we
I'm sorry to do
finished,
that hearing. I could have helped you.
We finished
Well,
with
you guys
one,
were actually
one
doing pretty
point.
well for a while there.
Yeah.
We were doing real
we
good.
were in a
Yeah.
close second, and what it was the last 2 questions because the last question was remind me. It was the placing the
it
matching
was matching animal names.
to their respective
Yeah, that was rough.
genders or something like that. Now that one we lost on for sure, and we bet what everything. Just
Yeah,
about
everything except for
Oh,
one. So
Everything
we
except
finished
for
with
one
a
Do that.
point.
in True
That's
Jeopardy
how I
style.
win.
Now,
I don't
here's
know.
what's hilarious. The
I
question
always
just
get, like,
before
half a
that.
point. I'm
The
that
question
asshole.
just before that was basically it was like how in what movie did Samuel L. Jackson face off against one of the Batmans?
It was the superheroes by movie category. So
Yeah,
it was-
but the answer was basically Shaft.
Yeah.
And we were pretty sure it was Shaft. They didn't even turn in the answer because they weren't sure enough about it. But no, we bet everything on this matching thing. Where if any one part of it was stupid. I did that was such poor management at the end. It's like we were going so well for
Shit,
so
man.
long.
Oh, it sounds like you talk about sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The management of this team is just, we got to get a new
The
manager.
San Jose Sharks.
Yeah. The next year,
Terrible
someone's getting
trivia.
fired.
I mean, doesn't Jared still give the disclaimer like, don't fucking bet all your points?
I do say that
You
a lot.
say it every time.
Every goddamn time I say that shit. No
He'll
one
say,
ever listens
by
to
the
me.
way, guys, you don't have to fucking bet all your points, and no one
Or any of
listens.
them at all, if you don't want to.
I always listen.
Point is, go to radicaltrivia.com or find Radical Trivia on Facebook and come out and have a good time at one of our shows.
Bring your mom.
Bring your mom. Yeah, I'll swear at her too.
Their logic behind it was go big or go home. I kept, you know what? Over the weekend I watched. I don't know. It was on Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll watch this." I watched Risky Business, which is not a great movie at all.
No.
but
I like that movie.
no, I like it. You know, it's just,
I don't know. He's right.
it's a fun
He's
movie
kind
to
of right.
watch.
it's a fun movie. Like I sat through the end of it, but
That classic scene in it.
Yeah, but the rest of them just like.
Sliding.
It's
Yeah.
slow at parts.
Yeah.
oh, I thought you were
Oh,
talking
well,
about
yeah.
Rebecca De Mornay.
I really
Never
thought I
mind.
could fall in love with the prostitute.
Well, there's that.
after
That's good,
movie.
too.
That's good too. Yeah. but no, that's that's what Booger was telling Tom Cruise is go big or go home, and that's like it really just about screwed up this kid's life. And,
Yep.
So if we didn't learn anything from
From Tom Cruise movies.
What's
Yeah.
like
from 1983. Curtis Armstrong.
Curtis Armstrong. I love Curtis Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
He's great, man. He's like just looks like the dirtiest of the bitch. ever.
Yeah, he's
But
awesome.
he's like a great.
he
he's
does.
great at everything.
I know.
Do you remember, I forget what movie it was, but he was like someone was in it. It might have been actually a John Cusack movie. It was like from the late '90s or early 2000s, and he had like a stutter, and it was a teacher. They were teachers at a school.
Yeah, but was that the one where they added him as gay? Is that the one you're?
Was that?
I think that's
in or
the-
out?
Yeah, in and out. That's it.
Is that what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah. And Curtis Armstrong, the one word I can think of him saying is stuttering while he says, hot dish.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Anyway, so
Oh, this whiskey finally starting to feel normal again.
there you go. Any other plugs for anybody? Plug?
Nah,
Plug.
You know, grown up human comic people. You can
Yeah.
find us Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
We have a Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Yeah. We have that's all those things.
Check out our onesies. Rob bought us onesies. I just
yeah,
posted that.
yeah.
Jared and I got onesies.
Yeah,
I didn't
shout
get
out to
onesie.
Rob over there. He's here with us right now. He should bought us some
But
ones.
I got
Rob
some
Webb.
pretty sweet girl pajamas. That is the softest thing that I've ever worn to bed. So thank you, Rob.
He's a lover. Come down and see him at Pittsburgh Fitness Project every Friday night for Zombie Fit. He's down there fucking
There you-
smashing tires with sledgehammers,
There you
climbing
go.
ropes, throwing slam balls,
There you go.
doing all sorts of crazy shit.
Yep.
There's a plug.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's the plug.
Pittsburgh Fitness Project. Good looking out.
Yep.
Rob might buy you a onesie if you show up enough and you're nice to him and he likes you.
So let's go some shop talk.
Yeah, a
Dano.
little shop talk.
Let's see what you got.
Well, so it's been 3 weeks now that DC Rebirth has been on the stands.
Some of it's gonna be good shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's a resounding success.
Awesome.
The 80-page one-shot, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
It's about fucking time.
Yeah, really.
Like it was really good. It sold a shitload of copies. It was the best-selling comic in May. It got a second print, which sold out before it's even out on the stands.
Really?
Meaning, that the retailers bought up all the supply of the distributor. So there's a third print coming. Really good stuff. The first week sold every single one in the store. This week I think I have I think I sold through everything also. So it's pretty good. And I ordered a lot of each title.
It's a good thing we each bought 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2. And I actually was, because remember I told you my friend went to Canada's Comic-Con and he went there looking for it and they had nothing. And then he had to put his name on a waiting list for the 3rd printing.
Wow.
And thanks to me buying 2, I gave him one. I just sent it to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's a waiting list for the 3rd print?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well,
Well,
you
no,
know,
there was a sign up list at Canada Comic-Con to get,
yeah, like to, I guess
Yeah.
like reserve your copy.
but they had nothing.
It like from what I have read, a lot of retailers under ordered,
Right.
because they didn't trust that it would be good. So there's
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is a
and
fair
that's
point.
fine. You know, but here like DC made it risk free because everything was returnable. So there's no reason not to order big. And therefore I did.
Yeah.
And it paid off because I sold through all of it.
I was going to say, you probably could have even gone a little deeper.
I could have.
Yeah.
I could have, especially if you see eBay prices.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even looked in a
Fucking
while.
ridiculous.
They're-
like
they're
it's
bad.
$2.99. They're all $2.99 books, and
Yeah.
like they're going for $8.99, $10.99, $12.99. You know, they're going for a lot.
Now it's
and
time to sell.
People
Sell,
are
sell,
buying them. Yeah. Sell. So I could have gone deeper, but
Yeah.
I did bump my orders for everything that's coming out in the future.
We gotta start getting on top of that kind of shit and like really think hard about like what to buy a bunch of and then
This is true.
eBay it.
eBay it. I noticed a lot of retailers or sellers will do advanced selling for stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
And it must work.
Yeah.
Because they do it all
Oh,
the time.
it definitely works. And we also got to figure out, find somebody who knows how to get those variant covers that everyone seems to fucking get. And I don't know how they get it without ordering a million goddamn
I don't
copies.
know.
Do you think it's because they know the pre-sales coming? Like they pre-sell stuff and then they know how many they can sell online?
Maybe, or maybe they have moles in the warehouse. I don't know.
There's got to be at least one mole in that warehouse,
Of
man.
course.
Yeah.
There definitely has to be.
Yeah. They're not all just college kids who don't know what the fuck's going on. They have to
Yeah.
know some of those comic books are worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah, for sure.
You,
But,
like, fucking pay 'em off in like some whiskey.
Well, I'd say whiskey
fucking
and
eighth.
ramen, big packs of
Pizza.
ramen noodles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Domino's Pizza.
I'll just give him a shout out right here. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
Jim, thanks.
It's like, dude, listen to the podcast.
But
hear
then
that?
they wouldn't be a mole anymore. We would out them.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh.
And we're gonna keep it secret. Keep it secret.
Give him a code name.
Safe.
Oh, did you read this yet?
No.
There's a great reference to Lord of the Rings inside of it.
Jared's
Yes,
talking
there
about
is.
grizzly shark.
Yes. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. There's only 2 of you left. The rest of us are okay with it now.
Maybe I'll try.
Actually, Dan, you finished it.
yeah, he doesn't seem too sold on it.
You read 2 and 3?
That face
Yeah.
doesn't.
The
convince
third
me.
one on.
Yeah, I fucking laughed. Okay?
Yeah, see, that was. But you like me.
You broke. You broke.
Yes, we both broke.
I mean, it was fuck. Like I
Dude,
laughed.
you're
That's
gonna
all I
laugh.
can say.
I'm a
was
century.
that laugh
I will
worth
not.
$2.99? I mean, I don't know.
Any laugh is
$3.99,
worth
I
2.
think.
Yeah,
Oh,
book's
listen to that.
$3.99.
$3.99.
That is more expensive than DC Rebirth.
I know they should be fucking
Ridiculous.
They should be
book.
cut on their
Ugh,
face.
That first issue sucked so bad.
It did, but
2 and 3 will make you laugh, Dan. I hate to say
yeah.
it. And I'm reticent about this. I really am. But
All right,
God
all right.
damn it.
Maybe I'll try it. That last bit, get those pre-order forms in for Rebirth if you want to guarantee, yourself a copy of the first prints. I had probably like 35 forms turned in for the June stuff, which was good. But then a lot of people who missed out, they filled out their July forms. July, there's not as many books coming, but still, if you want to guarantee, fill out the forms. If you get them all, you get 25% off. So you help me, I help you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have got the Green Arrow and the Green Lantern ones. I need to pick those up somehow.
They were good. Green Arrow was really good. And the art was awesome.
Oh, I love the art in Green Arrow.
No, I think the artist's name was Otto Schmidt. Sounds
You
very-
missed Jared's rant about Arrow, the show.
Oh, I told him about it, and I showed him the Stephen Amell post.
that,
So
that
Come on,
last season was so bad.
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
wasn't
it's
great.
fucking awful.
Like borderline unwatchable.
Oh,
I'm gonna use come
it
on.
was hard to
Just-
finish. It
Yeah.
was hard to finish.
It really was.
It's just
that
not fun
show's
to watch.
dipped.
Yeah,
It's
no,
hard.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Which
back.
is a shame because I really like Stephen Amell.
Me too.
I do, and I like the
he is
first two
fucking great.
seasons
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Go back to just fucking. This is my city. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Or
Yeah.
when he was killing people too. Like,
Yeah.
I liked it better then.
Yeah.
You have failed this.
Yeah, you failed this
And
one.
I mean, well, at the end of did you guys watch the whole season?
Yes,
Finish it? Yeah. I mean, he might be going back that direction.
I hope so.
and I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, because he's not Batman. Like Green Arrow's not Batman. He fucking shoots a bow and arrow. Like that's a deadly weapon.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's totally fine to kill people.
Yeah, take him out.
Yeah, and in fact, I've just been watching the beginning of the first season again, and man, he's a different character at the beginning of this. Like
Oh,
he's
completely.
fucking brutal, and it's
hard.
awesome. That's one of the reasons why I like this show in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he's a superhero, but he's murdering the shit out of a bunch of people. Like he's a criminal.
He's a
Well, they kind
He's
of
a
forced
fucking
him
murderer.
to be. I mean, they forced him, especially when season two, when they did the flashbacks to Shanghai.
Yeah.
He was forced to
Yeah.
kill people.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, he
He
has
has no
killed
qualms
lots
about it.
and lots of people.
I love season 2, man.
yeah, me too. That was
Deathstroke.
actually my favorite.
Yo, Deathstroke's
And Laurel Lance was making really, really increasingly poor decisions. in her
Oh
life.
yeah, she's a mess.
She's a
It's
fucking
awesome.
hot mess.
Now she's a dead
The
mess.
shot, yeah,
That's right.
went from Schadenfreude to.
You think she's gonna come back?
Well, that's what we were talking about. Is she
I don't
dead?
know, man.
I mean, they brought back Sarah.
Yeah, but Laurel. Like,
They killed
made
her
a
slow
big
too. They
point
made a big point of killing her. Yeah,
Oh,
like,
right.
I'm
they
pretty
buried
sure
that
she's
bitch.
gone.
Yeah.
Although she popped up in Flash recently.
Yeah, Earth 2
as the
version.
Earth 2 version of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
That's more like a cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
We'll see.
any hoozle.
Anyhow.
Any more shop talk?
Nope, no more.
Okay. You got news? News next? News? What's in the news?
Not much. Yeah, can we get? I was gonna say, can we get something like that?
Yeah.
Can we add a
You'll
little
probably find an
really
effect like that.
corny like soundbite
Yeah,
for
okay.
news?
I gotta get all this stuff.
We need.
I'll write
You
that
need to
down
get
right
Jared's
now.
prices
Okay.
right.
All right, all right.
Well, I was gonna say we could like the John Williams like. How's it go? Is it ABC News? John Williams does or CBS? I forget. It's
I
one
don't
of them.
I didn't know they did either one.
Yeah, John Williams does the news for or the theme song for one of those. I'm not sure if it's the same now, but back in the
Like
day, it
like
was,
national news.
yeah, it was.
I think it was
one
like,
of the
wasn't
network
it
news.
ABC? Because that one has the most significant thing.
That one.
Is that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I was just guessing there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
That's ABC.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
By the way, he's
Yeah.
coming back to do the music for the next Star Wars.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I got. Oh yeah. Did he do the whole soundtrack for the newest one?
I don't
so.
believe so, which is
No?
why it was such big news that he's
What?
doing the
Okay.
whole.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously they use some reoccurring,
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
All the motifs are there, but like I'm not sure if because in the one of the only bright spots of the prequel trilogy is the music. Like the music is still fucking good. Like Duel of the Fates. Say what you will about the content of the movie, like that is
Oh, yeah.
awesome. That's fucking awesome. It's it's really really cool.
No, he did Force Awakens.
Did he? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't the news recently.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but he did.
Yeah.
and Indiana Jones 5.
God damn it.
He's signed on for that. Yeah.
I still haven't finished that. See, man, this is like one thing I pride myself on is I've reached the point where if some movie fucking sucks or something sucks, I'm okay being like,
That's
I
it.
don't have to finish this.
Yeah.
I can walk away from this.
Yep.
I quit.
Yeah.
I was almost there with X-Men. I was
Me too.
almost there. Holy shit.
I'm so glad I did not pay money to see that.
Yeah, yeah. Don't pay for that.
Holy fuck. We're gonna get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Not much news. I mean, we already touched upon DC Rebirth, a resounding success.
Yeah.
Marvel has the Civil War 2 going on. I did see the Injustice 2 trailer was released. It was kind of a big deal. It
Okay.
was pretty cool. I don't know. I never played the first one, but I like the
I played it for like
story.
5 minutes. My favorite part about the first one is that you can play as Oliver from Arrow from
Oh,
the show.
cool. Very
yeah,
cool.
It's awesome.
We never got a chance to talk about the Hail Hydra stuff.
What, the Cap?
Yeah.
I thought we did. Didn't we
No.
talk about that? in one
I
of them?
guess we didn't.
No, we
might have.
didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
everything.
because we recorded right before that week.
Oh, that's true.
Our last recording
Yeah.
was right before because Rebirth came out the Rebirth came out the same week as Cap. Hail Hydra.
I know that
Oh,
you and I
yeah,
had talked about, because
did.
I sent you the link to that Jewish girl who got incredibly offended. That's saying
Oh my
Captain
God.
America.
Oh my
It was horrible. This girl writes for the Atlantic, said, my grandparents were Holocaust survivors, and I take offense to this. And him saying Hail Hydra means that the Holocaust didn't mean anything. I'm like, what the fuck?
If you
You
write
have
for
no
the,
idea what the
maybe
fuck you're
if you,
talking
maybe,
No, she doesn't.
Maybe if
And
you write
holy
for the
shit.
Atlantic, you shouldn't be reviewing comic books.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
God,
so
it was-
sick of,
You should shut
of
your fucking
mainstream media
Triggered.
trying to dissect something like this.
Yeah.
And this happened with the Batman Rebirth too. I know I sent it to you.
Oh yeah, we talked about this for a little while.
Yeah, there was,
We actually
um,
didn't get to talk in person though about it. But,
No, we did
yeah.
not. But there was an article recently that said the Batman Rebirth #1 was not a good representation of what black people aspire to be. And it tied in Muhammad Ali's death to
Yeah, it
the
was
point.
Come on.
Because there's one singular thing that all black people aspire to
Well,
be.
well,
You
in the
fucking
comic-
idiot. Like,
in
that's
the
that's
comic-
racist.
It is.
I'm offended.
I was really offended when I read it because in the comic, Batman, he interacts with Lucius Fox and this new character, Duke Thompson.
Duke Thomas.
Duke Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay. And the author of this article said that both of those characters were meaningless to the story. I completely disagree because Bruce goes to Lucius and talks about the future of his company, and he basically puts his multi-billion-dollar company in a black guy's hands. So to me,
busy
that
being
sounds
Batman.
like a lot of responsibility and a lot of trust in. If we're gonna identify color based on what this guy's writing in the article, then yeah, you entrusted your company to a black man, and then he goes to Duke, who is a young black kid, and says, "I want you to train with me, and I want you to be my partner." I don't think the word sidekick ever comes up.
No, he didn't say that.
Even though
fact,
in the article it says sidekick.
well, and Duke is
More of an
introduced in the
apprentice,
in. He's part of like his main thing is like part of the We Are Robin thing. So he's like part of the army of Robins that are out there. And I didn't actually read that, but he has been Robin for a while, but not under Batman. Just like
Right.
kind of by
Did it
of
on
their
his
own
own.
accord. They're all Robin. But he says. I forget. He says something about. He's like, I don't really want to be like. I don't want to. Robin doesn't. Oh, he says Robin doesn't need Batman.
Right.
And then Batman says like, I'm not talking about Robin. I'm talking about something different.
Yeah, he says, I don't want you to be Robin.
Yeah.
So this author of the article was like, he just wants him to be another sidekick, another, like, slot in for Robin. No. He says to, again, like we're discussing color here, he says to a young black kid, like, I don't want you to be a Robin. I want you to be whatever you want to be, basically. And here's this badass yellow and black suit.
Yeah.
And you can forge your own identity.
I don't love the suit. It's pretty like.
I like it.
Well, it's mostly yellow. Like, if you're lurking in the shadows, yellow doesn't make any fucking sense. Like
It's
that's
like
just
Moon Knight coming at you, bitch.
yeah, but I mean yeah, but Moon Knight is not Batman.
This is true.
Yeah, and Duke Thomas is not Moon Knight.
Well, but I guess in defense of that, Batman's new costume is bright. It has purple in it. It has like the glowing.
No, but it's all dark colors though.
But
If-
he's got purple in his cape.
No,
Purple in
the
his cape.
inside of the cape is purple. And it's
And-
like a dark purple.
And his symbol is like outlined with like neon.
No, it's gold. It's not.
No,
I don't say it's neon. It's look it up. It's not neon yellow.
It's pretty bright
I don't know about that.
because DC Rebirth is all about the bright.
No, I mean, yeah, but okay, it's a very thin like yellow around the outside
You're
of the bat
right,
symbol.
it is thin.
In the rest of the costume, it's still Batman can easily still lurk in the shadows and be invisible. Duke Thomas's outfit is like.
Well, it's pretty like.
He looks like a
Whoa!
crossing guard. He's like really
Batman's
fucking
never gonna be
noticeable.
early '90s neon.
Yeah,
It's noticeable. But what did you think?
I mean, after you sent that to me, I kind of I get what the person writing the article was trying to say, but it just seems like one of those things where it's like, can we just not right now? Like
Can we stop trying to find
for
things
this.
to be offended?
It was
about?
it seemed like they were reaching a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
God, that the girl who was linking it to the Holocaust. I got angry. Then I sent Dan the article. I'm like,
That
am I being too?
disgusted me.
No, wait.
Yeah.
It's
insensitive here to not see what she's saying. He said, "No, I agree with you." I'm like, "Okay, good."
Well, no,
This
we
guy-
can get to that. But
This guy
but
pulled in Muhammad Ali's death. Like,
Yeah, come
yeah,
on.
it's like that has literally nothing to do
you
with
didn't, right? You didn't have to use that to make your point. You just wanted to grab headlines and bait people. So you
Yeah.
included
Wait,
Muhammad Ali.
how was Muhammad Ali's death tied?
Well, he was kind of like gave like history of like how Muhammad Ali has progressed, black culture in America and black people in America, and
How he's recognized as
he's a progressive man, and he is absolutely.
Sure.
He fucking refused to go to war. He all kinds of things. He was still part of the civil rights movement. Muhammad Ali did a lot of great stuff. But like then he's trying to say like, well, over here we have Muhammad Ali just died, but then over here in comic books we still have like a white guy giving a black guy like a new identity, and like just it's just like
That's
trying to make him a
rich
sidekick.
white guy.
And I'm like, okay, I know what you're trying to say, but like that has nothing to do with
yeah.
with anything really. It's a fucking comic book, and we have. I'm not saying we have enough black characters because you can't have enough black characters as far as I'm concerned.
It's like
But-
there can't be enough women.
But
characters.
right, exactly. Like, yeah, it's I don't know. Some characters are heroes, some characters are sidekicks, some characters float in between the two. Like, and also this is the first. They're introducing Duke Thomas as a different thing. We don't even know what Batman even meant by saying like,
Right.
well, here's this suit, like that. He literally just like he said, here's a suit. He didn't say anything beyond that. He's
Yeah.
just like, I want you to train with me, and here's this suit. So like the person is like jumping to conclusions all over the place, and just
Yeah,
it's like
he's
it's almost
reaching.
like a clickbait kind of
it's
article.
race baiting.
It's a little bit of race
Yeah.
bait, but I wouldn't say it's race baiting. It's more of like just like a clickbait. Like, oh, I'm going to try and call this one. Like, I'm going to call this out for what it is. Like,
Yeah.
dude, relax. It's a goddamn
Stop.
comic book, and also this comic book wasn't bad, and you're trying to like go somewhere where we don't even know where it's going.
I just get
Right,
really
we have
angry
no idea
because
where
there are
it's
more important things going in the world than you being triggered by a 2-syllable or 3-syllable sentence in a comic book.
Yeah,
Just shut up.
And the Captain America thing. Like, do we really not talk
No,
about
we
this
didn't
at all?
talk about it.
I feel like 'cause
I don't
I've
think we did.
maybe
We
I've just talked about it a lot.
We talked about
And
it a
you and I
lot.
talked about it. quite a
Okay,
bit.
so yeah, for those of you that don't
anybody's
know,
even talking about this. When I read it, I was just like, okay, and then I
Right.
just
Yeah.
read something
You're like,
else.
I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the next
Couple
one.
issues.
Don't they do shit like this all
Yes,
the time?
they do. That's the
yeah.
point.
Well,
We're gonna
okay,
find out it's Red Skull brainwashed them or something.
for those
Exactly.
for those of us
What?
that,
Yeah.
that
Is this
for the-
people that watch the movies and they don't understand how
maybe,
the books
I don't
work?
know. So for the people who are listening who aren't really aware of what we're talking about, at the end of the Captain America #1,
I don't understand.
Cap essentially like throws one of his teammates out of a plane and says, "Hail Hydra,"
Yeah.
and a lot of people just like lost their minds about this.
He's been Hydra the whole
That he-
time for,
Oh my God,
for
I can't
70
believe
years.
Captain America
No,
is a
I
bad
don't
guy.
think
That this
so.
character who's pure red, white, and blue has betrayed his country, and then they made reaches again. Like I said before, this woman was talking about the Holocaust and that she feels betrayed, and I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my God, this sort of thing happens all the time in comics. He
Once
could be a
again-
double agent. He could be brainwashed. We don't know."
Right.
Yeah.
Once again, it's a #1 issue. We don't fucking
Yes.
even know what's happening yet. If it goes through, and then Captain America in the second issue starts killing a bunch of Jews, and
Well, then
it
you
gets
have a
real
right to
fucked up,
complain.
then it's like, okay, this is not cool. But like, we literally don't know what's gonna happen. So maybe you should just wait and see and stop like goddamn crying wolf about something you have no idea.
And if
about.
you're a writer, if you've invested so much time and you've achieved this fucking level of writing for the goddamn New Yorker, or
Yeah. By the way, the
You're-
article's
you're-
called
like find something
"Anti-Semitism
fucking
and
else to-
Publicity Stunts" is the name of the article.
Write about something else.
Yeah.
Like you want to stand up for some fuck. You want to be a social justice warrior. Like get out of the fucking movie theater
Yeah.
and write about something actually happening in the world.
Yeah.
Because really, there was probably very few people aside from her offended by that. And she felt
I wouldn't act. There were a lot of people who were like offended or at least like responded strongly to that. But it's
like inside of the comic book community, or
I'm treating it like he's a real person. Like a real person.
yeah,
said
it's like
that.
a politician came out and
Yeah,
said,
he's
"I
a-
hate I hate Jews."
can I-
Like,
Hail
what the fuck are
Hydra
you
is not
talking
a
about?
real thing.
Yeah, like he didn't say Hail Hitler.
No.
he said Hail
wait.
Hydra. Like
Can I?
Yeah, and he's a fictional character.
Well,
Yeah.
let me read because I want to know because the subject line that I wrote to Dan was legitimate point or triggered, because, I love those terms. She wrote, "Look, this isn't my first rodeo. I know how comics work. He's a Skrull or a triple agent or something, implanted, brainwashed, and then blah, blah, blah. But Nazis are not a wacky pretend bad guy, something I think geek media and pop culture too often forgets. They were a very real threat that existed in living memory." And then she goes on about the Holocaust.
Hydra isn't Nazism anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
Right.
It's not the same
It's just
thing.
kind of general evil. They're not trying to exterminate the Jews or
Right.
or
Just like-
take over Germany. It's
Not all Germans were Nazis, and not all Russians were KGB. That's this.
Exactly.
You should probably just get rid of the whole Indiana Jones series.
And also,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Too many Nazis.
I don't know if she's ever heard of this
Yeah.
wonderful word
Them damn
called
Nazis.
fiction.
Goddamn Nazis.
yeah, yeah. Whenever superheroes and comic books leak into the news and people start getting upset about it,
Yeah.
that's whenever you have to start looking at who's writing about it and what they're saying, and if they, I don't know, if they have an idea of what's really going on.
The shitty thing is the writer, Nick Spencer, is getting death threats.
Oh, and that is unacceptable.
That's
That is absurd.
incredibly.
Yeah.
Absurd.
This is when you know that either A, like, you're a member of a fundamental terrorist group, or B, you don't have to worry about where your next meal comes from. Like, all of your bills are paid.
Yeah.
You probably drive a decent car. You probably have a nice apartment.
Yeah.
You probably have a job that pays you well enough to fucking give a shit enough to write something, some scathing review about a fucking comic book. Like, and that's what you get paid for. You just collected, I don't know, maybe you made $4,000 for that article.
Well,
You
and-
fucking
or,
idiot.
or it's the people who make the death threats are just like 13-year-olds on Twitter.
That's also fair.
So-
that's also a,
so it's just like,
fair
okay.
possibility.
Or
Could be that they're just really upset that their beloved character, like, how dare I see him in anything other than a
I'm
perfect
sure that
light.
there's some idiots that are like that too.
But you're a stupid asshole if you think it's like an actual thing.
Anybody,
You should understand. Like, if you love Captain America, you should understand how comic book tropes work.
Well, and also you know that if you really love Captain America, you know that Captain America has been a Nazi before.
Yes. Yeah.
Like on multiple occasions. Because whenever you're writing Captain America, you think to yourself, what can I do that's really like that'll shake it up? What's the craziest thing I could do?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make Captain America the opposite of what he stands for, which is being a Nazi. It's literally happened, I think, twice.
So all of the things I've seen, I don't know if you ever hear this, but one of the things that annoys me the most, and keep in mind that I'm technically a minority in 3 different ways, as a blank, as a mother, as a woman. And funny, the follow-up article to this was, as a disabled veteran and a lifelong Captain America fan, this is the most horrible and despicable thing.
That asshole
Shut-
probably never read a comic book in his life.
Just clearly doesn't know history, doesn't know comic books at all. And as a mother, it gets me the worst. Because it automatically makes you the number one authority on everything. But
as
like
a disabled veteran and as a what?
he just said, as a disabled veteran and a lifelong Captain America fan.
Whatever.
Yeah,
But,
well,
I mean,
like,
This
as
was
we
the
did- as we
follow-up
did-
It's like, dude, so
I'm
you're a
sorry.
disabled veteran. Tell me about how you became disabled.
Yeah.
So you were over in some country, presumably, unless you fucking broke your ankle while you were walking up steps. Right.
Which is possible. The Frank
But-
Burns of MASH.
Right, exactly. But so you were in countries where people actually had fucking problems, okay? Like if you're gonna throw out that you're a disabled veteran, like maybe you were in like Kabul and an IED went off right next to a bunch of people who were like shitting in pots and dumping it in the backyard, and like people were dying from like infections, and you come home. And this is how you spend your time.
Yeah.
Your
You
disabled vetering time.
You get upset about
there are
comic
more
Getting upset about
important
comic
things
books.
to
This
get,
is the most
like,
awful thing that you could ever imagine.
right.
Really?
Where's
So
your
you're a
perspective?
disabled veteran. Tell me about this experience. We need to get to the bottom of this
Yeah.
because if you're telling me that this is worse than people losing limbs via IEDs, children dying from fucking drone attacks.
Yeah.
Well, shit, it must not be that bad over there.
On a 2-word phrase of the first issue of a comic line that we don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And that girl
I
wrote
know
a
where
follow-up
it's going.
article saying that the flippant reactions of her non-Jewish friends have literally brought her to tears. And I'm
whatever.
not paraphrasing that. I'm quoting
Just
that.
take the bridge.
I just see a bunch of people in the mountains of Afghanistan or those people in Iraq, a bunch of men with like assault rifles, and they're just holding up Captain America #1. Just firing their guns. And
Because that's what they're really aiming about.
yeah, they're really concerned. They're like, finally, the
new face of ISIS.
the symbol of American of dominance has fallen. Like, shut the fuck up.
brothers, we win.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I don't hang out with her friends.
Yeah, man, that person sounds like they
See,
suck.
okay, let's
I
take
read her other
let's
stuff,
take
she
like
sucks.
a couple steps back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm reading this comic book. All right, the flashbacks are all, it's like black and white.
Yeah.
But then this woman, she has red. Who's Captain America's greatest enemy?
The Red Skull.
Red Skull.
What does a Red Skull have in his brain?
Professor Xavier's brain.
And Professor Xavier is a what?
Telepath.
Handicap man.
Okay, there's your story, people. No reason to get that fucking upset. The Red Skull implanted some memories in Captain America's head. It'll be resolved in 5 issues. Yeah.
Or
Shut
less.
the fuck up.
Or less.
That's it. God almighty.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. Well, my theory was a little bit more complicated than that, but that's we're not gonna go.
She's probably not going to make it though because the enormous demographic of easily offended.
Oh, no. If
Jewish identifying individuals who read
not just
Captain
Jewish, I mean,
America.
a lot of people.
Marvel's probably just gonna cancel the Captain America title.
That's done.
Cancel it.
It's
Marvel
done.
people are
Shut it
laughing
down.
right now. They're like,
You know,
this is the best
I can
possible
see the
reaction.
writer. Like,
Yeah.
we've already got him like switching, like figuring that out in issue 5. But tell you what, let's push it to 7.
Oh, people.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
If
How many
I was the
people-
writer, that's what I would
Oh
do.
yeah.
I had a lot of non-comic book people come in and be like, hey, you got that Captain America book I've been
Yep.
reading about? Yep. Here we go.
And Marvel was like,
Here we go.
perfect.
Yeah, because controversy sells.
Good.
That's the thing.
People bought 50 Shades of Grey, even though it is arguably one of the worst literary pieces in the entire. I'm not even going to call it that.
I have never even seen the cover of 50 Shades of Grey, and I don't intend to.
Don't ever.
Yeah,
I have. It's
I told you,
Yeah.
the 2 things I've
Is
ever
it gray?
hate read are Grizzly Shark #1 and 50 Shades of Grey.
And now that you've enjoyed Grizzly Sharp #3, 50 Shades of Grey really just holds its own on the top of the
It
list.
does.
Wait a
Oh
minute.
no, it's #1.
Why is it called 50 Shades of Grey?
'Cause
The
the
main
character's
and the
name
main
is Gray.
protagonist. Well, he's not really a protagonist, but one of the main characters' name is Christian Grey, and
Does he have 50 shades to his personality?
No, but I had a great Halloween costume of getting paint colors that were in shades of gray, and I
All the
50
samples from
shades.
Lowe's.
Yeah, like from Lowe's. Yeah, actually, I was actually the Home Depot, but
Ah, I see.
I went as that during the year that it released.
The Alma Depot.
But yeah, the point is that he's supposed to have many layers to his personality as a BDSM fetish, and oh wow, so he has 2 layers.
Yeah, he's
He's an insufferable twat. He likes BDSM.
And by the way, the writer of that book, I'll just say very quickly, does not know how to use a thesaurus properly, and it hurts for any person who has a modicum of literary knowledge to read. It hurt my brain.
Yeah, I don't have any desire to
No,
go after
you're,
that at
you're
all.
good.
Pass.
You're good. Grizzly
I'll
Shark
take a
is better
strong
written.
pass on that.
the controversy sells thing. I wanted to say true in so many, and I'm seeing it more often now with Facebook and any of the social media stuff, because once stuff starts, it's pretty easy for things to pick up steam because people are super gullible.
Oh yeah.
Really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
gullible.
Oh,
Most
really
people are real
gullible.
dumb.
They'll repost things and say like, oh, this like something will have just happened, and they'll
Good example for you.
Okay.
We don't actually know if this is true because I didn't research it, but that thing where people are saying that Spider-Man has more lines in Civil War than Superman does in
Yes.
Batman Superman. I don't actually know if that's true.
No, no idea.
But
But it's been
every
posted
time we talk
several
about one of
times.
those 2 movies, I hear someone say that, and I'm like, I don't actually know if that's true, but someone posted it on
Yeah.
Facebook, and it just fucking snowballed, and
I
I'm
guarantee-
good
it's
at
true.
research.
Yeah.
I will figure out for you.
guarantee that everybody who says that, like at least 99.9% of the people who regurgitate that statement, that stat, didn't count it themselves. They just
Absolutely.
saw
Oh,
that same
yeah,
post,
yeah. And they just reposted it.
puppet or they parrot it back
Yep.
out there. It's that the Captain America thing being Hydra agent, people like oh, big controversy, but it's only because you saw a post. It's not that you bought the issue and then you were surprised
didn't
by it
read
at
the
the
whole
end.
Oh, very, very
Yeah.
few people.
This, and I got really pissed because I saw this one girl posted the thing about the freaking like Starbucks did it twice in a row. once with the cups, they took the
The red cups.
yeah, the red
yeah.
Fucking
And-
cups.
and it
God
was-
damn it.
and it was like oh, a big outrage that they took the just in time for Christmas.
We're on Christmas.
And it's like, really? I don't know that many people that are pissed off about coffee cups, but ridiculous. Maybe you have different friends than I do. And then right after that, there was another Starbucks thing. It was it was a polar bear with a ribbon around its neck. They're like, oh, terrible like controversy about this thing. And it was the same girl who posted it. And I said, you're just playing right into their whole social. Like this is social media marketing.
You just sold a bunch more coffee for Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's free for them. It's free.
It's
All they need
free.
is just get a couple of moles, like employees of theirs. They give them a bonus to go out and like post on their wall. Like, oh, big deal here, and then their friends take it, and it goes on
Yep.
from there. And God,
We need
it's
to open up
so
the
easy.
Nazi cafe. but it'll be there'll be
shit.
like a little hyphen, you know,
Like a little
it'll
wink,
be like
a wink and a nod. in
like a
there.
Nazi cafe, like Nazi, like a Nazi cafe. But like in the meantime, like thousands of people show up to like try to burn it down. And we're just like,
Fuck
no,
this place.
it's
No.
named after my friend Z Zuhair. He's a really good guy, and we had this thing where I'd be like, Nah, Z, we're gonna get coffee.
No, but
Die.
And the moment you say, by the way,
That's
he
clever.
had cancer, he died, and then they're gonna shut up. I'll have a latte, please.
but you would also get a bunch of people who come in there in solidarity, and you'd be like, oh no, I don't think that you understand the joke. and they come in there, they're like, how you doing, brother? And you're like, whoa, okay, I'm not. Oh
shit.
no, that's not what I.
This is not
Yep.
what the rally is? Oh. Okay.
No Germans would ever go in there. They're really embarrassed about that shit. Yeah, okay.
There's a
never
lot of
been to
skinheads in the
yeah.
Czech Republic. It makes me sad.
I've talked to Germans about that, and like they
Oh, no,
feel
they-
really uncomfortable about that.
There's
shit.
actually like a psychological term for remorse about what has happened
Yeah.
before your time, and Germans have it more than any other
it's very-
culture.
They're
Yeah.
like not cool with talking about it. They don't want anything to do. In fact,
Everyone was on vacation.
I was I was gonna be on the, I was on the opening team for the Opera House in Pittsburgh, and like there's so they'll make you learn about the history of the whole place, and from like 1899 to like 1960 there's a gap.
That's what the joke is.
Just
Everyone
a
was on vacation.
huge gap. It's like, yeah, so what happened here, guys? And like, oh, Hitler this is his favorite restaurant? Okay.
No, again, another Family Guy. Yeah, there's something in your pamphlets between 1928 and 1946. Everyone was on vacation. Shut up.
Yeah.
Hey, they make great cars, so.
They do.
Yeah, but no one knows how to fix them. That's bullshit.
Well, there's people.
No, well, I mean,
Good people.
Some people know how to fix them, but
Yeah,
it's,
one of them in
you have
this
to
house
go.
knows how to fix them,
He
right?
works at
No, that's
A&O.
true. But you have to. And they need special tools and shit. Like, no, fuck them for that, man.
I lived with a bunch of Germans, and they're, I think, the most polite people I've ever met.
I would say.
They're very polite,
I would say.
yes.
I would say polite, but not like overly
Friendly.
gregarious,
Yes. Yeah.
which is fine.
Okay, I would agree with that. I mean, I lived with a handful and hung out with a handful more.
Polite but reserved until they know you.
And then
Yeah.
it's fucking balls
And then
to
after
the
that,
wall.
this is
We
the
got
pot of
brats-
sprockets when we
got
dance.
brats on the fucking barbecue. We're drinking fucking whiskey. They love American whiskey, getting fucked up.
I
love
actually
them.
got a video of my
Yeah.
German roommate when I was
man,
living
big
overseas.
shout-out.
When I got her drunk, I got her to say, "This is the pot of sprockets when we dance."
Oh my
I've got an old 2004 video, like a wave file.
Did you get her to ask if you wanted to touch her monkey?
Yes, I got her to do all the Simon, well, not Simon, but yeah, Sprocket stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dieter.
Dieter, that's right. Thank you. We should probably get back to comics.
All right, anyway, so what we're talking about again? I don't fucking know.
I mean, that's the news.
Hail Hydra, yeah.
That's and that's the news.
Hail Hydra. Hey,
That's the news. Hail Hydra.
if you come into the store and you say Hail Hydra, I'll give you 20% off.
Damn. You heard it here first.
Wow, that's pretty good. I like
But you gotta say it in front of like two other people loudly.
You have to wait. You have to
Loudly.
wait until there's
Oh,
two other
damn.
people in the store.
I'm gonna
You
do
got
that.
got to do it and make a point of it.
Not
You know,
including
like,
Dan.
Own it.
Not people.
Own it.
Challenge accepted.
Also 20% off lattes at the Nazi Cafe. Actually, coming at you.
How about
in
this?
August
10% off a
2016.
MetaMesh router.
How about this? How about this? Okay, no one described the motion, but instead of it being two other people, you have to say Hail Hydra, but you also have to do the Hydra salute.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to know what the Hydra salute
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
So look it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I will give it back to you. And
Yeah.
I will say Hail Hydra loudly.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
fuck this
proud of
one
it.
up.
Yeah,
This
you
could
have to
get
get
your
Yes.
ass
Hydra
beat.
for real.
Do it.
Yeah.
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 One will make you look like a Nazi. Another one will make you
If
look
someone
like
actually does that, please take a
maybe
picture.
You are developmentally delayed.
Just because I want to see who would.
Nah, this guy, like, this is before this happened. When Winter Soldier, I opened up like after Winter Soldier, but this one guy came in, and on the inside of his coat, he had this Hail Hydra pin. And when he left after he paid, he just went. He opened up his coat. He went Hail Hydra, and then
Nice.
he shut it up. And I was like, fuck yeah, man! You got fucking class,
him.
man. You got style.
That was classy.
Like, that was cool.
After that movie came out, like one of my favorite memes was like people took pictures of different people whispering to each other and just putting Hail Hydra at the bottom. Like there was one, like, because in politics it happens all the time where someone just like leans over at some
Oh, yeah,
event and whispers something to somebody.
Oh, nice.
Every person you can think of was just Hail Hydra, like
Yeah.
like Joe Biden to Obama, like in here, Hail Hydra, like it's so good.
Oh yeah, I saw it with them. I think I saw it with Donald Trump and Ted Cruz, or
Oh,
Hillary
yeah.
and somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many different ones.
That's great.
So I guess we should probably talk about some comic books.
Yeah, let's hit some check-ins. We
All
got
right,
two.
let's check in. We got who's on House of Penance?
Me.
Dan?
Damn.
Go for it.
Our historian.
House of Penance. It's getting. I think it's getting more interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's starting to get into speculating what was going through whatever Mrs. Winchester, I forget, Sarah Winchester's mind, or maybe in reality, maybe it was actually happening. She's the only one who could see it. But what was driving all this? And it's really cool. If you were, a nerdy little chubby kid like I was, watching this shit on Unsolved Mysteries, and then as an adult also watching this shit on like Ghost Hunters and stuff, it's like, oh wow, if this is, maybe this really is what she was thinking, and who knows? Who am I to say that there weren't spirits coming through the floors?
And if that is what was happening in her brain, the images you see in this book are horrifying. And
Yes,
I would
they are.
also probably not want them to stop hammering nails into boards ever. If all these like really like weird red intestines are creeping out
That's
of
what
floors
my
and
reaction
shit.
was.
Yeah.
Red intestines
Yeah.
everywhere. But she's
Yeah.
not the only one who sees them.
Creep
Mr. Peck
factor.
does.
Also that.
Peck,
Yeah.
But do we know if Peck sees them?
Well,
for
he-
sure?
I'm pretty sure he does.
yeah,
but-
almost positive.
I thought that those visions of him, or those pages of him, maybe seeing these things, were the result of that stab wound, and he was losing blood, and he was dying. And,
No, I think
and-
he see because if you look at his point of view shots, like he can see
When he's
the
washing
red.
his hands.
Yeah, he's
and
washing
stuff.
his hands. Yeah.
Okay.
He's,
You can see
he's
it.
seeing them too.
All right,
And that's how they
I
kind of
wasn't
connect,
sure.
especially at the end
Yeah.
of the third issue.
Yeah.
But
I love the art.
Yeah, I like it too for this.
It's very nameless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's for
Very
me.
much,
I
yeah.
don't like the art, but it has a purpose. Do you know what I mean? It's disturbing because it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Creepy as fuck.
I like it. I kind of like it because it reminds me of like almost like a children's book a little bit.
Yeah.
With like really exaggerated features for the characters.
Roald
Like,
Dahl.
the colors are really simple. It's not like it's definitely not realistic, but it's
No.
realistic enough that like when I see some certain things, it's like it's a little bit disturbing.
It is
Yes,
the
yeah.
use of red, the color, like the red colors.
It's rarely
are
used except for those intestines
so
type
creepy.
things.
Like it's just. Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how the facial features kind of have a like Tim Burton-esque quality.
They really do,
know?
especially her eyes.
I was gonna say
Like, she looks like an alien. Man.
yeah.
Big eyes and like smaller mouths.
Yeah.
And,
She definitely has that like gray alien
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her sister's drawn a
facial
lot.
structure.
Like her sister comes into
She,
play.
hers
She
is
come
like,
to
kind of
check.
prettier.
Yeah,
kind
she's
of.
prettier. She's like wearing white.
Yeah.
She's the pure, like untainted one by crazy death, and
Yeah.
But still has these like bright blue eyes
Mm-hmm.
that are.
Yeah.
I don't know. For a comic that's not realistic, it's striking.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, and you can imagine you can think of them as real people, even though they don't look real at all.
Exactly.
Like
Absolutely.
you could definitely like think in your mind like, oh, I actually know a pair of siblings that like one is really pretty and then the other one is like gorgeous, or one's like oddly attractive.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know what I mean.
Right, for sure. But I like that explanation the further explanation, because I think she said in the first one, you know, the hammering is to keep the spirits, you know, or whatever. Keep them.
Yeah, that's the third one, right?
No, but she said in the first one too. She talked about.
Well,
this
she says in
briefly.
the first one the hammering is to keep, and then in the third one she
goes into
literally
detail.
defines why
Yeah.
it's called House of Penance. It's a House of Penance, one, to remind the workers of the problem because
Things
it
that
sounds
they've
like gunshots, to remind them of people they killed, and it's also in addition to keep these spirits in a state of limbo so that they don't come through to
Well,
the
in
physical
her
world.
penance too for
Right.
reaping the benefits of death. What?
Oh, the
what
Winchester,
guns,
yeah.
What guns have done,
Yeah.
or from her reaping the benefits of guns, and then
Of being the Winchester
very
family name.
Meta.
It is.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like what's going on today? Today. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
specifically
of all
today.
days,
Yeah,
right?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah. I just became aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
horrible.
this morning I heard it as well.
And what we're referencing is the shit. that
The
happened
shooting in
Florida.
Orlando
Yeah, the
that
Orlando
happened
shooting,
for
yeah.
us last night.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yesterday. Well, it's 12:30, but still last night.
Right.
technically.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's creepy. It's getting creepier. It's not done in a fun, sort of cute way. It's a book similar to Nameless that I read Nameless, I think, in its entirety late at night, usually by myself, and was left feeling like a little bit not unnerved, but like fuck that was,
Uneasy would
yeah,
be good.
a little uneasy.
And that's why you have Grizzly Shark.
Also,
to read it up to.
Also, they're
right.
Palate cleanser.
That's right,
that we were
palate
talking about.
yeah. Though they're also had better be more nameless because
I
that
hope
can't
so.
be the end of it. I'm gonna be really
Doesn't
upset.
make no
if that's the
goddamn
last of it.
sense.
It
Yeah.
cannot be the end.
That's not the end. Yeah.
Give us more.
Yeah.
But yeah, pick it up, follow it. It totally gets my endorsement. Good writing, good ideas. Whoever the writers were have definitely invested.
Peter Tomasi.
So just one guy. Yeah, he's doing a great job of imagining what could have been going through Sarah Winchester's head.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's any historical documentation.
I don't know. I'm still kind of curious as to what was going on at the end of the second issue. Whenever Peck is down in his room and like next to the furnace, and he like gets absorbed into like this pool of blood, and then he becomes like a demon.
Oh no, that I think was all part of his near death. Like he was
Yeah.
dying, and he was like hallucinating all of this shit, or
She was.
or she was something, because then I think it's at the beginning of the third. At the beginning of the third, it shows her sitting at the foot of his bed, and he like comes to, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "You've been asleep for 8 days."
Whoa.
And she's like, "We didn't think you were gonna make it." And
It's scary.
although, dude, there was part of me whenever I read that, like, been asleep for 8 days, I'm like, fuck, I would love to sleep for 8 days.
No, you wouldn't. Can you imagine sleeping for 8 fucking days?
Wouldn't
Dude,
you be
I'd be
like
so
so incredibly
recharged.
sore?
Oh my
Like,
Oh my god, I can't
so
even imagine
great.
that. Like,
Maybe if I had
whole
somebody who
8
came in and like gave me a little massage or something, you know? Like,
Yeah, like you wake up to like get a massage every now and then.
Yeah.
You just like
I'm-
drink a little water and then you just
Okay.
no, I think he might have
you
been
go
asleep
back
for
to
8
sleep.
straight days though. That's
I have
Yeah.
slept or been unconscious for 4 days, and they actually have a thing in the hospital where if you are like that or if you're comatose, they have to turn you every so many hours because of muscle weariness.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Bed
Right.
sores.
and you
Right.
still wake up feeling like shit and aches everywhere. 4 days after
can't-
status epilepticus once.
I can't imagine
And after
8.
4, I can't imagine 8.
Yeah.
And you were on IV, right? I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
So you weren't dehydrated.
No, oh god, no.
so-
I
yeah.
had I was intubated and I had IV fluids.
Yeah.
okay, guys, what I'm getting at is I'd like to fucking sleep for a long time.
I'd like to relax.
You know what I mean? That's
hey,
what I want.
I want to relax, pal.
Yeah, that's just, I'm just trying to chill out
But-
for a while. I don't want to have no responsibilities. I want to go to bed and I want to wake up feeling refreshed. Whether that's 8 days, 8 hours, 8 minutes, I want it to feel like it was a long time, and I want to have a nice lady drinking a cup of tea at the foot of my bed, waiting for me when I wake up, saying, "How was your sleep?" Jens was really tired.
Stop ruining my fantasy.
I like how you slipped in like a nice lady drink at the
Yeah.
like, you want like something with an umbrella in it?
No, a
lady-
nice lady
with her
drinking some tea at the foot of my bed because she just knows I'm about to wake up.
I thought you said
She
a
got
nice
a cup of
lady.
coffee.
Hey,
Waiting
that happened
for
with
me.
Peck. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
No, that's
what you're referencing, I know.
Well played.
I thought
Well
you said-
played,
I
sir.
thought you said a nice lady drink and a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like,
So that was
so you can go
initially
back and
honestly
forth
what I
between the
thought.
two.
When I
nice
wake up, I want to
daiquiri.
have a Bahama Mama and a cup of tea sitting on my nightstand. I'm gonna have that Bahama Mama, and then I'm going right in for the tea.
She'll have
Also-
one for you.
If you're listening, go to YouTube and find the Kids in the Hall skit called "Girl Drink Drunk."
Oh yeah. Oh God, I haven't watched it in a while.
Oh, it's amazing.
Kids in the Hall is great.
Anyway, that's it. House of Penance, really cool. If you don't like if you're not familiar with the Winchester House,
It's a real place.
It's a real place. There's a ton of documentaries and like cool video stuff. I think that the Ghost Hunters group that MAPS, that Mid-Atlantic Paranormal Society, whatever, they did a show there. TAPS, Transatlantic. Transgendered Anal Probing Society.
Yes, that's it.
It's
Wow.
Very official.
yeah.
I think it's the Atlantic Paranormal Society.
You are right. That's correct. I used to be really into that show. I lost interest.
Those guys
when
are
they
so full of shit.
found anything.
They never
It was the
find
fun-
anything. The one that's worth watching is the other one that is Ghost Hunters. The one where it's like the big
Oh, the
douchey
bro?
dude. Oh, it's a bunch of bros doing it, and they're all like the biggest
No way.
cowards in the world. Like they just every time something happens, like, bro, what was that? What was that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Are you okay? Are you okay? And then like they'll be running like something happens, they'll start running, and then one of them falls and like, dude, I'm hurt, dude. Oh, bro, Jason's down, or whoever the fuck guy's name. Like I forgot their names are. But like, Todd down.
Todd's a good one.
Sack, make the circle with the salt, light the candle. Todd's down. We need to secure the area. You know they can't cross over the salt circle.
That show is definitely more worth it because they don't have any scientific equipment at all. And
No.
the Taps guys have like some like EMF shit.
They're just like daring each other to go into each next
Oh,
room.
No, it's just them with cameras going, you know, and sometimes they bring a psychic with them. But it's just them hanging out in haunted places.
Yeah. By the way, that
getting
South Park
scared as
episode is one of my top 5 favorites. The one where they parody the Ghost Hunters and Michael Jackson had recently died.
Oh my god.
Watch that episode.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, those guys are armed with the stupidity and ignorance of men who have suffered at least a handful traumatic brain injuries. Like the one dude was like a professional MMA fighter.
Really?
The main
Really?
Hey
guy.
guy.
The professional or like semi-professional, I don't know, but
Well,
he was like an
concussions
MMA
make
fighter,
sense.
I think.
Okay. No, that.
And the other two guys were just, I don't know, probably like his corner men.
Yeah.
Like also just got knocked around a lot.
But he's the best one because he'll go in the camera and be real serious about it.
Oh yeah,
He's,
he'll like
super into
cry.
it. Oh, they all cry all the time.
But like they would totally be the kind of dudes who, if you were like, seriously, man, like I mean, it didn't seem. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
You weren't there.
I'll fucking knock you out. Like, whoa. I mean, you were crying about something nobody else could see. So, I mean, I know it's scary. Like, the dark is scary. Like, even for an adult man, the dark can be scary when you're not
Absolutely.
familiar with it. But you were crying, and you know that was going on TV. And, like, it was green light. Because it was...
Oh, it's always the green light.
Yeah, and...
It's the best to watch people cry by green light,
Yeah, I know.
by infrared. It's
it'll
awesome.
even make people who aren't ugly criers.
The main dude isn't the one that cries all the time. It's like the other guy. There's
The bigger guy? Like the
bigger guy, like the
rounder
bald
face guy?
Yeah, that guy is always crying.
Oh my god.
I leave that motherfucker at home. Like, listen, dude. Like, seriously. I mean, it's okay to cry, but you fucking cry all the time.
on national television.
Too much. Too much.
You know how that makes us look? Like, you're
Come on,
fucking this
bro.
up for the rest of us.
Fuck
Guys,
this up, bro. Cry too much, man.
hey, listeners, if you find this stuff funny, then you go to southpark.com or whatever it is, or Hulu, go to season 8, episode 13. It's called Dead Celebrities. You will laugh your ass off.
But yeah, so you can find stuff about the Winchester House on there. And if you're interested in that story, you'll really like this book.
Check it out.
Probably. Don't be a jack.
And
Check it out.
and that was a great segue into because we're talking about ghosts, and the next thing is Tokyo Ghost.
Tokyo Ghost?
Man, do I love this book.
I
Oh,
so
this.
You don't
I
like
think this is my favorite book.
It's
I like it a lot.
It is so fucking.
It's not. I don't dislike it. I just don't have
Who's,
strong
who's,
feelings.
is who's assigned to this? Is it
Me.
you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it. Rick Remender's my favorite writer. Sean Murphy might be my favorite artist. I think it's like a match made in heaven. But this,
Oh, I think it's drawn
Did they both
incredibly well.
do Chrononauts too, or is it just Murphy?
Murphy did Chrononauts and Mark Miller wrote. Yeah.
So is it the two of them on Black Science?
No, Remender's on Black Science and
Hollingsworth.
And Hollingsworth might do the colors on Black Science. I don't know. I never pay attention to colors, so I feel like a jerk because they do.
Oh,
They're just as
absolutely.
important
Absolutely.
to the comic books.
Because as we know, some things without color look like shit.
Yes, but so we talked about this book all the way up to the end of the first arc where Tokyo was destroyed and this starts up a couple months after that Flack, the guy that orchestrated the attack on Tokyo, he's sort of the focus. When it opens, he is likely a parallel to Donald Trump, I would imagine. And it focuses on a lot of like high society assholes in this culture. His dick is always out.
God.
He's never wearing pants. And like speaking
Lots
of
of dicks in our
like
comics.
assholes,
Yeah.
I think there's a line in one of these books where he's like strutting through this like group of like really rich people, and he's wearing no pants. And I think the line like somebody says like capital asshole or like it's like something along those lines like capital butthole or something like because he has his pants
Yeah,
off.
he's
Yeah, they
Yeah.
compliment his butthole. Is that it when he's getting on the boat? Because the boat is everyone's leaving L.A. Not everyone, but the high society people are leaving L.A. to go live in Tokyo because L.A. is like a total mess, like what we learned in the first arc. And yeah, like it's just funny. Like there's a lot of social commentary, I think, in this book with like Flack being Trump and idiotic people worshiping him. There's a scene where, like, I think it's 6. It's completely gratuitous. Like he's getting a blowjob.
Oh, yeah.
by
one
this
of his
media
workers.
dude. It's a
Yeah.
media guy, and
Yeah.
it just is representative of the government, like fucking over media.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like left and right in orchestrating exactly what the media does. Like,
Yeah.
It is so gross. But it serves a
Someone
purpose.
tries to interrupt that guy, and he's like, let him finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let him finish. And the guy just like
Yeah.
chows down.
Oh,
And
man.
there's slobber.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
it's
like
so
and I,
gross.
I think like they draw like they write out sound effects like when this stuff's going on.
It's a dick
right.
sucking scene.
Yeah, it is
Dick-sucking
a
scene.
massive dick sucking scene.
Yeah.
And but like if like to the outsider, like you're probably like, ooh, that's gross. I don't want to read about that. But it serves a purpose to the story, and it works. And I read an interview recently about how Remender and Murphy do this book. So one of them will come up with an idea, and then it's written, and then it's drawn, and basically like they try to like one up each other on how fucking weird it can be.
That's great.
And they do a good job
like,
of that.
Remender writes this scene of like this, disgusting blowjob, and then Murphy, I think, one ups him with how it's drawn and laid out in the panel and the little like sound effects that are written in. So, I mean, yeah, but as far as everything else goes, the story's great. Like, you find out that Led, like, he's still in there because he was off the grid for a couple days. But Davy Trauma, the guy from the first issue that's been kind of like in the dude that likes to kill people and hack shit and like
He has basically like ultimate power over anybody who's plugged in.
yeah, he does. And you really see like, okay, it's not really Flack, it's him by the end.
Right. Well, yeah, because Flack's just like an idiot.
Yeah.
And they,
Right.
and they said it a couple times where he's just like a fucking figurehead, and
He's fucking Donald Trump.
yeah, he's a goddamn idiot.
there's the one panel where they said, and it's funny because it's a faint outline, but you can tell it's supposed to be a John Deere hat. It says, he says what we think. Let's make Los Angeles great again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
And
forgot
I was
about
just
that.
like, well, that's definitely Trump.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
great.
Although I did like that one line where he's like, I relate to the people, and then the one really naked with the long ass tits says, my hunky. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Her tits were like down to the floor.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah. So,
My hunky.
dude, that is so weird.
That's where he's getting the blowjob right before.
Yeah.
it.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
He's got. Did anybody pick up the rug he has?
No. What is it?
It's a giant.
It's a dick. Oh.
Giant dick. Like he sits in a chair, and then in
But it's
front of him
pointing
is
towards
a big rug, and there's
Yeah,
just
see the
it's just a
dick,
big
the
dick on the rug.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I love this book though. It's so good, and we find out where the name comes from too. Like,
Yeah,
Deb's
yeah.
back, and
Yeah.
she literally is the ghost of Tokyo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's like operating like in the shadows.
Yeah.
like
Well, I thought they alluded to that in like almost the first panel, didn't they? I mean, of
what?
the first book, didn't?
No,
Okay,
Because-
I'm thinking of a different issue.
yeah, because there was really
Sorry.
like Tokyo was like where she was trying to go, because it was like there was no technology and stuff. But like
Right.
now, like Tokyo's gone.
Right.
She's like the only thing remaining of Tokyo. And,
Okay.
and she's operating in the shadows, trying to take everything down. But yeah, I love this
Does
book.
Led think that he killed her?
No, but he has a bunch of memories of her being evil. And
Yeah.
he fought back against her. Because what's his name?
Davey.
Davey.
He's-
Puts all those
he's-
things in his
Was
brain.
that in issue 7?
That's in the most recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 7. Yeah, because
yeah.
I haven't read 7. I read up to 6. I haven't read the 7th one.
Yeah,
yet.
Yeah.
So once he plugged himself back in, they pretty much immediately took over his brain.
Right.
And just
They-
started implanting false.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, they changed like his perception of everything, so he becomes like
rad.
a fucking rage monster.
Yeah. So he is in there, but he's not really in control of
So there's
his brain. so-
Right. There's probably gonna be some redemption for him. I hope. So I remember
yeah.
like after the first arc concluded, I was like, "Fuck this guy. I hope she
He,
kills
he
him."
okay. He
But
has to
not
die
anymore.
though. Like I'm really, or maybe not has to. Maybe he doesn't die. Maybe she dies and he feels bad about it. I don't know.
I hope she doesn't die.
I don't know. I feel like if this seems like my same feelings about how I think Breaking Bad should have ended. Whereas I think that Walter White should have survived his family and have them all have been killed, and so everything he's done,
I would have been
all
okay
these
with that.
horrible things that he's done, he has to live with that shit, and also his cancer maybe goes away, so he has like all
Yeah,
his entire
forever.
life, because
Live
we all
with
know that he doesn't have the balls to kill himself,
Right.
so him to like have to live with
Oh, I hated
the
him so
horrible
bad.
things that he's done and has.
I don't know though, man. Like I feel like Breaking Bad was like one of those shows. Like Walter White was the character where he wasn't entirely bad. Like his motives didn't come from a place. It wasn't driven by power or greed. It came from a place of like I'm a fucking chemistry teacher. I want to make sure my family's.
But
No.
at the end-
He says, "I
Ozzy,
did
in the
this for
Ozymandias
me."
episode, yeah, he's like, "I can't give it up. I don't want to give it up. I love it."
Whenever he said, was it the last episode or the one
It
before
was
that?
like,
Whenever
it was like two
he's-
before.
he sneaks back in to see her, his wife,
That
and
it's the fucking most powerful scene of the
yeah,
series.
yeah, he finally admits like, no, I didn't do this because because the whole time he's been saying I did this for my family. He didn't
Right.
do that for his family. He says I did this because I liked it.
But he couldn't have been doing it because he liked it the whole time because he wasn't making shit.
Right,
at
you're
the
right.
beginning.
At first,
you know,
he
like,
wasn't, but he fell into the trap.
yeah.
He fell
Yeah.
into everything that came along with being someone who creates that much.
So it's at some level, I think Led does like being powerful. Like he wouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
If he didn't, if he just wanted to love Deb, he would have had no problem staying in Tokyo.
But he
He did get shot with a bunch of arrows.
He had no self-esteem because and they even reference it again, like he didn't want to be weak.
Yeah.
in 7.
Yeah, I think it was 7 where
Oh, I
like,
need to
there was
read
some
7.
mention of him like saying like he just didn't want to be weak again because
Yeah.
he felt he had to be strong to protect her, even though he didn't because she could protect herself.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good point, or just something worth thinking about, right? Because, sort of speaking peace from a place of like weakness, when peace is your only option because you don't have an alternative, or speaking like generosity from a place of like not having shit
from a
to
place
share,
of bounty, or a place of bounty.
or right, or from a place of
peace whenever there's no challenges.
like that's easy.
Yeah.
But being there and say like you are extremely powerful. Like you realize you can do almost anything you want, and then what do you do with that?
Right.
Like because once you realize that, like that's an intoxicating feeling.
Right.
And I personally don't know anybody who's that powerful, who's as powerful as fucking Trump, or even as powerful as lead.
Right.
And the people I do know who have some bit of power, whether that's social status or a substantial amount of money relative to their peer group, or some position, again, like some status position, some social position. A lot of them are cunts. In fact, the majority of them are cunts.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's no fucking revolutionary idea that power corrupts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's interesting, and it's here in this book. Like you have everything you could want, being led, the normal sized guy who's not murdering people, but
And also has like a
isn't
hot
super
girlfriend who
powerful.
loves him unconditionally.
Yeah,
Right.
No matter what.
But then.
But he doesn't have any power. He has no power.
Right. Yeah.
He's not He's not like a particularly good fighter. He doesn't have a lot of money. He's not super strong.
Yeah.
But then he fucks that all up.
Yeah. I think that the takeaway from this is you should go read Tokyo Ghost. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Read
good.
it.
Good art. Good story.
Read it.
Do we want to go to what Whatchin's doing, or some rants, or what are we going to do?
We thought of an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've been going for.
Almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Could we stop here and
chop
finish?
it off and then come back for another one?
Like, stop and
Yeah.
then just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we could just rant a little, do some more books. and
We'll
stuff
come back.
here.
We'll do next episode. We'll do what Jin's doing, a
Okay.
little ranting, and then we'll hit some of the feature books.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm with that. All right.
All right.
So everybody tune in to next time for episode 19, and we're gonna do some further ranting and talk
About
some
the
other
surface.
books.
We're gonna talk-
Oh yeah, there's actually gonna be probably maybe a knockdown, drag out battle about that shit because everyone's got some strong
they're
ideas.
too friendly with each other.
Yeah.
It'll
I don't
be,
know. Well, I'll get in the middle of that. So
He's going to antagonize us.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
capital butthole, Mr. Flack.
Tune in next time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Peace up. A-Town down.
Grown-up, human, comic, people! Grown-up, human, comic, people!
Hey, that's the news. Hail Hydra. If you come into the store and you say Hail Hydra, I'll give you 20% off.
Damn. You heard it here first.
Wow, that's pretty good. I like. But you gotta say it in front of like 2 other people loudly.
You have to wait. You have to
Loudly.
wait until there's
Oh,
2 other
damn.
people in the store.
I'm gonna
You
do
got
that.
to do it and make a point of it.